Let's see if that'll. Hmm? Hey, there we go. I'm back. Hey, Betty Cross. Leroy's back. Yeah, we had to take a short break real quick. Attracted some attention from the local PD. I guess sitting out here with lights on and everything else. So, yeah, we do have, if they don't want to bite shad, which I don't know why they wouldn't, but we do have some one chicken thigh here, one unflavored chicken thigh sitting here thawing. I took it out of the freezer whenever I left the house. But I had a real cool local officer come in here just a second ago from Ina PD. He stopped and talked for a minute. He's like, "Well, you're in the right spot." He said, "Guys, been catching fish here, so hopefully we catch some fish." There we go. Yep, we gotta have good super chat so I get bail money after the show. So. I'm back. Let's see. Let's bring these in. It's been long enough now. We can. Man, they're covered in bugs. They are absolutely covered. See what we got. We got one. What do we got there? Uh-oh. Bail. Thanks, Betty. My wife's in here. Oh yeah, we had a show going. Had to abandon it for just a second, but we're back now. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, I caught the attention of Ina PD. It was funny because he come out when we got to talking. He goes, well, he goes, I saw the lights. He goes, I pulled up, saw the lights and stuff. He goes, I figured it was either YouTube or TikTok. So, ah, There's a ton of bugs. All right, there we go. I about got carried off by the bugs. I know, me too. And I knew I was bumping into them. We got the middle one is now out as far as I could throw it. The the one back there at the back is uh, up pretty close to the bank, but it's way down there towards the end of this little point that we're on. And then we're gonna let that live bait sit and just chill out there in the. We'll let it sit and chill out there in the water. I don't want to be beating that thing up. Yep. Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura's not a bad dude. I'll take that. This is good. It's still kind of humid out today, so. Now we need the bells to ring for real. We got a great big old full moon rising. That might put a hurt on us. Richard Zucchini, hello from southern New Jersey. Well, hello from southern Illinois there, southern New Jersey. That's a long way away. Chunky was in here earlier. I was telling him that I've about got my Chunky inspired fishing cart ready to go. I almost took that with me tonight, but decided against it. Then putting kids to bed and packing for tomorrow, and my husband gets to fish. Well, how much you got? Since it's a day trip, we don't have to pack a whole bunch. I'm thinking as we go through, about the halfway point ought to get us to Chad and D. And well, thanks, Betty. I'm gonna be on TV. But about halfway to where we're headed is Chad and D. So maybe we can we'll drop Junior off with Chad and D. And then oh, look at that! I mentioned that. And Chad's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to bed now." Chad, was it really walking around the zoo, or was it when you tried to leave and they thought something escaped from the orangutan? They thought an orangutan escaped from the monkey house. Tell the truth. Oh, that ain't no kidding. That probably bought me at least another 5 minutes of Chad being in chat, because he will not let me have the last word. They thought I was Fiona the hippo's dad. Oh my God. Oh, Chris, yeah, I've got that at home. I'm gonna take that with me drifted though. What's going on, brother? I do have a Muddy River Blue Cat rod sitting right out here front row center though tonight. So we now have Chris Flores in chat. We've got live bait on the Muddy River rod, so everything's primed and ready for that thing to just double over with a flathead or something now. So, and they are in this lake. So. Hey, thanks, Chris. Chris with the super chat. I had one piece of live bait left, or one piece of bait that was still alive when I got out here to fish, Chris. And I went ahead and put it on that blue cat rod, so it's hooked up between the shoulders, trying to make something happen out there. Kentucky Redneck Outdoors. Hey, how's it going? Well, that one rod. The wind really ain't blowing hard enough for that thing to do what it's doing, so we might get a bite on that far rod here in a second. Chris wasn't here earlier to know, but he donated bail money, so. Oh, look at that. I think that's the waves messing with me. Let's see, where'd my thing go here? Oh. Yeah, there's kind of a balance between the two. CJ down and drop him off anytime. I'll make sure Jad doesn't corrupt him too much. Thanks, D. I see D got Chad put to bed, so. I honestly think this is probably the longest I've set at Rend Lake without at least having a bite, so that's not a good sign. Serena, how's it going? I got to get me some pictures taken this week. I've got me quite the sticker collection now. Serena sent me some. Got decals from a lot of other YouTubers, and I've been trying to figure out where I'm going to put them. And I'm thinking that my bait freezer is a good place to have them because they're not gonna go bad, get all messed up that way. Man, there are bugs everywhere tonight. Needs to be perfect time so we can hang it. Oh, Chad, don't remind me of that. This year has just gone by way too quickly. What we got here? Somebody commenting something silly on the live video from earlier. One of those. Like somebody trying to put a link. Oh, what we got? Could have sworn I heard a bell. I know I heard a bell a second ago. Rob's ready for summer to go. Man, everybody's done with summer. I know it, but you know what you're wishing for? Once it gets fall, it ain't no time, especially around here, that it's going to be winter and then it's going to get cold. So I don't want to hear nobody complaining that it's cold when you're wishing summer away. $90 to $95 all this week. I'd be okay with that, Betty. I would be perfectly fine with that. The full moon's rising up pretty good, so we'll see if it makes or breaks us. I mean, go fishing in Ohio Lake this week because the Ohio River's been skunking us. It was almost over. Oh man. Wow. Laughing Catfishing, Thomas Little Page. How's it going, man? Good to see you. We've been having good luck on the Ohio. I wanted to get down there this weekend, something fierce. The water jumped up, the current jumped up down there. Were you really? What were you guys doing in our neck of the woods? Who that was? jumped over there. You got fish jumping, they just ain't getting hooked. They're looking for catfish. You should have said something. Yeah, Sharina and Thomas, let us know when you're going to be in the area. We'll go find a fish. That ain't no problem. Oh. Ah. Dang. Get my headlamp. Missed that one. Out there. Tell me there. You're going to be out a mile tonight. Make it through here without ringing off bells. Swallowing bugs. There we go. Didn't give him long enough. I thought he was hooked up. Stopped by Rend Lake, but started. Oh, okay. Well, I know about what time you were here. We were headed up towards Benton about the same time. Came all that way and caught a drum. That's a James Dockery. That's okay because James Dockery calls those silver cats. He made my day today. He didn't intend to, but he made my day. I saw he made a post that he was out fishing. And it's good to see him. He's my buddy. I give him a lot of give him a lot of hell. Give him a hard time every chance I get, but he's my buddy. It was good to see him out fishing today. Now, if we get another bite on that, one that's out there real far, we'll put that other one out real far and see what we can come up with. Dan Thompson's in here. Howdy, Dan. I'm just going back up, see if I missed anything. Oh, man, that would have been cool to have in my life. There was a great big old falling star. Make a wish on it. This as long as it ain't like the start of the movie Greenland. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Greenland or not, but good movie. Flathead wish. I'll go for that. We ran like crazy yesterday, Thomas. We were all over the place yesterday. We had run up to Benton because it was the closest O'Reilly's to us that had a had some 5/8 inch fuel line, and then we went to that Rural King because you know it's a different Rural King. Sometimes they have different stuff. But I don't know how I got a shad scale already on me. What kind of truck did you find, Rob? I got me another Tundra coming. 2 years newer, about 180,000 less miles than the one that I had, but got us a real good deal on it. Hey, let us know, Thomas, if you're going to be up this way. We'll definitely try to meet up if we can. I don't know how this lake's been acting. I haven't been here since, this is my first time really fishing here since Avid's meet and greet. That was back in May. We'll give it a little bit. We'll put some fresh bait out there. That stuff's what we started with. I know that water's warm, so. Doesn't look like our live bait's swimming anymore either. Ready till we were miles from there. Yeah, that storm about 4 o'clock, that actually sideswiped us there in Marion. Sean T Outdoors, how's it going? We had, I thought I was going to get rained on out there. I was putting a new set of safety chains on the John boat trailer. And I had drugged the welder and everything out there to the trailer just to make it easy on myself. I was welding as I was starting to hear thunder. I was just waiting to get rained on and get electrocuted. Welding in the rain. Yeah, I don't want to weld in the rain, Rob. I got to draw the line at that. I'm not even a good welder. I just play one on YouTube sometimes. All I know is when I weld a joint at a hold, but it don't look pretty all the time. Whoever went this rain until we. Oh, I know who to blame for the rain yesterday. We need another bite like we had a second ago. That works. That works, Thomas. I get blamed for everything anyway. Chris, what's going on, man? All doing pretty good, buddy. Missed fish just a minute ago. We had one biting, but guess I didn't give him long enough to get himself hooked up. It looked like he was, though. Moderating on Avid. I saw Avid was, I saw it's Sunday, so it's Avid night. But nothing over there. And these little things come in handy. You can get them at Rural King for a couple dollars, about $5. Run off AA batteries, and then they're pretty bright. So. Let's see, what is it now? 31 minutes. We'll go till we'll go to 40 minutes, and we'll check our baits. Cody, it's slow. We just had one just a second ago, or a few minutes ago, had one bite, but it didn't hook up. Oh, there we go. He's biting, but he ain't. He bit that thing and slacked it. He took it straight to the bank. I never felt him though. He never felt me, so he might come back. Yep. He's there. He's a dink. Justin, put the whammy, full moon, put the whammy. They're starting to bite now, though. Took that full moon getting up over kind of the horizon there and lighting up the water a little bit. They're biting, but they're biting weird. They're biting and coming in. Whatever one this one is biting and coming up towards the bank with it. So that doesn't exactly make things fun. Avid, what's going on, man? Thomas, I'm up here at the Ina boat ramp, kind of the northern part of the lake. Over to this side of me is a little cove. We're actually kind of on a little bit of a point here, and it wraps around and makes a little wave break. It's just got a little opening that goes to the goes into the little cove here for the boat ramp. This is a real good spot in the spring when the water starts warming up. This is an excellent spot to come up for crappie. And the catfish bite up here too. I think Caitlin caught one of her first catfish up here. So. We'll give it another few minutes here. We'll freshen up our baits and get them put back out there. And I think I'm going to put the other one out there a long way too, because the one up shallow sure hasn't had any bites. That one's had about 2 or 3 now. We'll even check the live bait at this point, see if it's. How far is Herod? Ooh, it's a little ways. It's 30, 40 minutes. Come on, take it. Quit messing around. Gotta be a dink. You can't get it. We're gonna fix him here in a second. Think gotta be a dink cat. That's exactly what he's doing. Exactly what he's doing, Justin. He's making me stand up and sit down. What the world? That's the live bait rod messing. That's the blue cat rod messing around. We might leave that one alone when it comes to bait time. Yeah, Thomas, the Ina boat ramp's pretty good. When was that? Well, now we're getting bit on 2 rods. The only one ain't getting bit is that one I've got thrown way up on the shore just further down this point. So. Oh yeah. I think that still has a clicker on. Yep, it does. Well, if I got live bait getting messed with, I'm not gonna take and pull it. So I'm gonna pull this far rod and check it. We'll put some new bait on this one. Oh, you son of a gun. Alright, he got the bait. He got the bait and he messed up the live bait rod. I think he was up in it. I'm going to check that one real quick. That one. Put the bell back on it. I threw that one over kind of towards a muddy cove that I know has some, I know it's got some wood and stuff in it. There we go. We'll go with a little bit smaller shad this time. About said Chad. Here, Bell, before you freak out everybody in chat. Come on. Try and do two. Alright, we got us a small piece of bait this time. Alright, we got that one back out there a mile. This one. Alright, let's get that rebaited. Yeah. Alright, we'll put that one out there a mile too. Alright, we're back at it. What a miss here. Under the bridges on I-57, did awesome for channel. Yeah, that's a good spot too. Abbott, have you ever fished? There's a boat ramp off of Route 37, just north of the bridge there that runs across Rend Lake, over by where the I-57 bridge runs across. There's a little boat ramp back there. It's real woody. Seems like it'd be a good spot for a flathead, but I've never tried it. I almost went there tonight, but I figured I'd come up here because this spot's usually pretty good to me. We got 46.29. We're now back to the. We got fresh bait on everything except for the live bait. It's still live, so I pitched it over towards there's a little pocket over this way. Our wind is gone now. Chris, it's not that deep. It's probably no more than about 6 or 7 feet if I cast it all the way as far as I can cast it. Up here is the real shallow end of the lake. I heard a bell. You know, part of me wants to bring a fishing pole tomorrow. We've got, which one was that? Look at that middle rod. He's already getting tangled with. Let's see here. Ever try by the dam? I have. It's been a little while. I like fishing behind it there, Chris. I like that spillway, but I was out there the other day and it's not moving all that great. I need to go down there and I want to take me a little topwater, one of the little bitty topwater frogs. Thomas, the dam is easiest way to get it is to take the Benton, Illinois exit, and you've got that's the main dam of the lake. Now there's actually a dam northwest of here at Waltonville, and you can walk out on that Waltonville dam, and guys go out there all the time and go hogging. But we've caught a couple fish there before. It's one where you need a cart because you're not getting a rod holder in the ground up there. But that Waltonville Dam, I just thought about that. I do have a video from there. I went up there one day a couple years ago and stopped in there in the fall and just threw a couple of crappie jigs around and caught a bunch of little white bass. The white bass were tearing it up. Sunfish Assassin, hey, what's going on? Yeah, Thomas, if you and Serena give us a heads up when you're going to be down, we'll meet you up here, go out in the boat or something. It's a whole lot easier to find fish on this lake if you're in a boat. This grass out here is like a foot tall. Avid's one heck of a bank fisherman, though. I'm not. Let's see. I'm gonna try turning that up one. Yeah, that kind of blinds me when I do that. I think I'm gonna. If you guys can see everything, okay, I'm gonna leave that on that lower setting. If not, I'll suck it up and turn it up one. But if you guys are seeing everything, all right. I've got to get down to the Ohio River for too long. I've got uh, that one. The Poor Boys Tournament Trail is having a tournament launching out of Paducah here in a couple weeks. And I think me and my buddy Heath are going to try to fish it just for the heck of it. I'll see if I can. I know it ain't going to happen, but I'll see if I can outfish Terry Rogers that day. No real loss, Bex. What's up? Yeah, that moon is rising now. It's way up over that tree line now. It's like starting to light up the water a little bit. The only good thing it did was somehow it ran the bugs off. I don't know what was that. Hey, Bob, Fins and Finds. Tell you what, if we don't have a fish this next little go around here, I'm gonna take one of these rods and yeah, there he goes. That middle rod again. I need me a little J hook. I'll keep this rod in my hand and swing for the fences whenever he bites next time. Get over there. He's playing with it. He's still playing with it. Yeah, let's see here. I had 211. Thomas, if you, depending on the lake in Illinois, one you can fish up to 3 rods, but one is considered a unattended fishing device. So you have to label it with your name, address, phone number, that kind of stuff. So the first 2 rods there are considered fishing rods, and the blue cat rod tonight is considered a bank pole. So uh, the thing to do is really to look at the. You gonna hook up now? The thing to do is look at that little publication put out by the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, and they will list every lake, and some lakes will specifically say 2 pole and line, like Crab Orchard and Little Grassy Devil's Kitchen. Those are all 2 pole and line lakes, so you can only use two rods on there. But Rend, being a Corps Engineers lake, is opened up. You can use 3, but any more than that, they probably start getting on to you. Look at that. I got to feel him that time. He don't feel that big. To supply the rivers, more than likely it does, but they don't really throw too. At least on the Ohio River, they don't throw too big of a fit. I usually fish 6 rods on the Ohio, and I've never had anybody bat an eye at me. So. You know, my wife and I had Caitlin out one day, probably about this time last year, and we were out fishing at Crab Orchard. We had 2 rods out, and one of them kept doing what that middle rod's doing. It'd dance a little bit, and then it'd dance a little bit, then it'd stop. It'd dance a little bit, then it'd stop. It never could hook up anything on it. And we got up, got ready to leave, and right when I picked it up, that thing ripped down. And it was about a 4-foot water snake. Got himself hooked. So I reeled that thing in. We ended up taking him off the hook so he wouldn't hurt himself or nothing. But okay, there's that. Come here, you. Maybe now that he felt that hook, maybe he'll go away. And I'm not running a huge hook out here tonight. That's only a 7/0 boneheads. I need to take my John boat up to the Kaskaskia there, Abbott. I want to launch up there by the Jerry Costello Dam, upriver of that dam, and going to go up, mess around that old bridge pylons and stuff up about a mile upriver there. I just got to figure out why that Suburban of mine's not towing real well right now. I put new shocks on it back in towards the end of 2018, and I really haven't driven it that much, but I noticed at highway speeds that rear end of the Suburban's kind of tried the boat ramp up by new 1/8 inch. I need to go up that way. That'd be one of those ones I'd have to plan that a little bit ahead. 3 rods in Missouri, that's why I had to keep my life fishing license. Yeah, that way fish with 6 rods. Some of these places we fish, like Rend Lake, it's fun to, I'll take my daughter Caitlin with me. And she might be sitting over playing on a tablet watching a movie or something, but because she's in the boat, I get 3 more rods. So, comes in handy. I saw a water snake a minute ago whenever I was Dodge tows a heavy boat. There does my John boat. Yeah, that was my champion there, Thomas. It's something changed on it, because I used to tow with that thing pretty regular, and it towed just fine. But something here recently has made it where, I mean, you don't even want to be out on the interstate towing, because you get a semi come past you real fast, the whole boat trailer will start start wanting to fishtail. But if you uh, tow the boat with a different vehicle, the trailer tows just fine. So I mean, it kind of tells me that it's something in that in the back of that Suburban. I don't know if those shocks, if they're Gabriel shocks, I don't know if they've gone bad or what, but it's got me tempted to throw a set of air shocks on there like we used to have back when we were in high school, and air those things up. Check rear end. I know, that's what I need to check. It's acting funny. I need to have it looked at and have it put up on the lift and looked at. I crawled around the other day after I got done mowing. I crawled around under there. I figured I was already dirty. And the sway bar bushings in the rear look a little, they've seen better days. So almost went to the Big Muddy tonight up there by Ziegler. But that's almost a open invitation for running back and forth chasing garbites. Have a standard shocks. I put a heavy duty coil over in all four corners. That's not a bad idea there, Thomas. We used to take, and my buddy had a El Camino back when we were in high school, and he put air shocks in the back of that thing, and we'd go run around, on the weekends. And the first place we'd go, yeah, spring bushings, rear spring bushings, or a broke U-bolt. I'll have to check that out because it was fine, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you could feel it. I got on the interstate the other day, deliberately got on the interstate while not towing, and you could feel a little bit of a wobble back there in the back. So it definitely has something going on in the rear end. But I hear bug. But yeah, he had that oil Camino, and we'd go hang out, run around town on the weekends. First thing we'd do was go to the Thomas 72 Chevelle. Probably did the same thing we did, go to the gas station and hook it up to the air hose and run that thing all the way up. Okay then. But they oh, which one was that? That's the far rod. But take it. At least we're getting bites on the full moon, but we ain't. All right, fish on. I need my headlamp. My headlamp ain't gonna work. Over there. I'm gonna steal the light real quick, guys. You don't feel very big. There we go. Well, we ain't getting skunked. We got the channel cat here, and give me just a second, guys. Let me get the brightness turned up. I'll turn the brightness up. It's not going to make me any smarter, but it'll. And he swallowed that hook. That don't happen very often on a with a circle hook. Come here. Quit biting me. Set him down real quick, figure out what's going on. He might become table fare, guys. He's already bleeding out the gut. Oh yeah, he has. He is going to become table fare. I can see it. Come here. Might as well let me have my hook. Hey, 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 calm down. Yeah. All right, guys. Hold on a second here. Sorry about that. I blinded each and every one of you, I'm sure. But let me get back here. You guys can see it. Got us a 3 or 4 pound little, probably about 3 pound little channel cat. But unfortunately, he was gut hooked. So not very often that they'll swallow the bait completely, but this one did. So he's going to go home with me and get filleted because he's not going to live. All right, let's put him down. Come here. Go down in my bucket. Hang out and don't eat all my bait. There we go. Hate to do that. Wasn't really in the mood to clean fish tonight, but sometimes it's just how it goes, and I'd rather take that fish home and make a meal out of him. At least then his death meant something, than to throw him back in the water and let him die 5 minutes from now. Let's get this back out there. Try for another one. They're out far tonight. I might have thrown my bait off. And I wasn't getting a bite there, guys. If it looked like I was, I guess I crossed my line. Let's get us another. We'll get us another piece of bait. Try it again. There we go. Get my bell put back on. All right, we are back at it. Set that thing a little closer next time. This is a big fish. They don't taste very good. Never feel bad for eating fish. Yeah, I know that. I'm going back here. Taco time. I ain't doing all that. I'm be southern fried, rolled in the Andy's fish mix here. Really? Let me double check that there, Bob. I was about 10 away earlier tonight, last time I looked. Let's see where we're at. Well, guys, as of this minute here, I don't know if I can show that without showing a bunch of other stuff I don't want seen. According to this, we are at 6,000 subscribers, so thank you all very much. Yeah, I tore a big old chunk of his gills out. Thank you, Mark. Let's see, let me find it right there. Let's turn that down. There we go. Thank you guys so much. It's definitely a big milestone, guys. This I hit 5,000 on the first day of May this year. So to do 1,000 in June, July, August, 3 months and some change, about 4 months, that's pretty impressive. Hard to believe there's 6,000 people that want to watch me not catch fish sometimes. So we got us one. I don't want to. I tell you what, if I got to clean one fish, I might clean more than one. So if we get us another couple fish, we'll probably keep fish tonight. Mark, Mark's full speed ahead to 2K. I was looking at that the other day. Mark is already at about 1.6, 1.7, somewhere in there. Thank you, Betty. Hold on a second here. I'll reply to a message. we go. All right. That little thing comes in handy. People send me messages sometimes when I'm live. Oh, Bob's going to get there. I have no doubt about that one. Bite's a little slow tonight, but at least they're biting. They're way out there on that flat, I guess. And the skeeters have found us. I have one video and it was a promo video. Oh. I was going to bring Caitlin with me tonight. I was asked her if she wanted to go, and then I realized it was a school night. So I'm assuming she has long since been in bed. Attempted to pull our live bait off and put a piece of chicken on there. See if they'll bite on a piece of chicken tonight. Well, I'm beginning to wonder if that was the same fish that was messing around with the other one. Oh yeah, that moon is bright tonight, Mark. It is way up above that tree line now, and you can actually see the front that pushed through yesterday or this morning. You can see a big old line of clouds below it. But fishing that full moon, it could be funny sometimes. They're either feast or famine. Let's see what we got here. They're saying blue moon means almost 4 days. And it's a blue moon, means 4 days of almost full moons. Bob, you will get there. You will ask yourself now what? Oh yeah, yeah. There'll be a great big build up, Bob, as you get to that 1,000 mark, and if you're anything like me, you'll be like hounding that YouTube Studio app, waiting to see if it goes up, and then you'll end up it'll break over that 1,000 mark, and you're like, oh well, okay. Bob, I have no doubt you're going to get there, and once you do, guys, once you hit that 1,000 mark, it YouTube actually starts putting you out there a little bit more, it seems like. So as long as you keep putting out content fairly regular when you can, you know, it's you'll just keep growing. And some grow faster than others, and that's okay too, because it's not a race. If you're doing it for any other reason than because you enjoy it, you're doing it for the wrong reason. I think I've said it before. I think it doesn't take much effort to be pretty just. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Thank goodness my kids don't look like me. The tournament should definitely put me over. Yeah, Bob, if you want to explain the Fish a Wish tournament, that's an awesome thing we've got coming, or you've got coming up there. So. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. But you've already got a wrench, so you don't have to lie. And Mark, tomorrow's draft night, isn't it? We're going to have a draft party. Let's see, that's been out for a little while. I'm gonna pull in that live bait, guys. Nothing's messing with it, and it wasn't that lively, so. He was alive, but barely. I'm gonna put me cut up this chicken thigh. It's already thawed anyway. So. Let's put a piece of chicken on but it ain't Parkerized chicken like Jerry Parker would be using. It's just chicken. that got on it? 2 ounce, 3? I can cast this without backlashes. We're doing good. Alright, we broke the cardinal rule. We put chicken on. We'll see if anything becomes of it. I've not caught anything on chicken in here anyway. Let me take care of that. There we go. Oh, Bob, you got it now. We're going to take care of it. We'll put Thomas in there. Well, it's like we got that one fish and they just quit. So I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check that middle rod. It's been a while since it's done anything. Here's the bell. There we go. It still had bait. We'll pitch it back out there, try a different spot. You could have painted your Pepsi bait take. Oh man, that would have been funny. You know, Mark, I've got another one of those. What do we got here? We're doing a Toys for Tots tournament. That's a good idea. What time is it here? 10:39. Yeah, decorate with everyone's too. Oh, that'd be cool, Bob. That'd be real cool, Bob. I was saying earlier, I think I've been trying to come up with a place for mine. I think my bait freezer is gonna become the new spot for it. I'll make sure it shows up in a few videos. 'Cause I have a giant collection of stickers now. Haven't really been sure where to put them all. What we got there? Toys with types of ice fishing. Yeah, Thomas, those programs are wonderful. Every kid deserves a good Christmas. I begin to think that moon might have screwed us up. Let's see here. It might have been our one fish up there messing around. Couldn't get hooked on the one hook, and he got hooked on the other one. Let's see what we got. See another video from that cool spillway. Yeah, I went down there, Bob, the other day, and they've been draining that lake, and they dropped that lake about 5 feet when they intended to drop it 4. So they have completely shut the spillway. And I went down there, and that spot where all the water was running through and there was a waterfall and everything is now just a pool of green algae. And I kind of looked around for a little bit, and I said it probably wasn't fit to fish. But as soon as we start getting some rain and that thing goes back up, we'll be good. Brian B, what's up? Yeah, as soon as we get some more, as soon as we get some rain, it's probably be springtime before we can mess with that spillway again. Because they said they were going to keep it drawn down until probably first part of the spring when they get that. They had to. I think they said they had to shave like the top 18 inches off the dam and re-pour concrete and everything else. So it's not going to be going. It's not going to be up there anytime soon. They're going to keep that thing drawn down. If we were to get a bunch of rain, they'd probably go out and open the spillway up a little bit, and it's all it would need is a little bit of fresh water, and I think that thing would come to life again. But right now, it's pretty sad looking. But I'm gonna have to. Oh, the chicken rod. Nope. What was that? Ah. Well, we'll leave that alone, see if he comes back. That's a hard hit on that one. I thought the chicken rod was going for a second. Brian, we've got us one fish so far tonight. Unfortunately, he completely swallowed the hook, which doesn't usually happen when you're fishing with circle hooks, but he managed to get it done, get it down in his gills. And when I was getting the hook out, I pretty much took half his gills out with me, so he's now table fare. Yeah, Toys for Tots Derby wouldn't have to be. No, that could be any time. Catfish taco time. I've never made those. I've either rolled them in Andy's Cajun mix, or I have put them in tin foil on the grill and seasoned up with some pepper and some red pepper and garlic and all that kind of good stuff. So, but it was a little old 3 pound, probably 3 or 4 pound fish. So he should be good table fare, even in the summertime. Usually, if I'm gonna keep fish, I do it when the water gets cold. I have to listen for bells. Barbecue chicken time. Ooh, that sounds good. They made some barbecue chicken the other day at work. It was good. Oh, that is a chicken rod. Fish on. Well, he was. He ain't no more. And that's the story of chicken at Rend Lake. Let's get that back out in the water. At least they're going to bite. Oh, I think we're in Dink City tonight. Yeah, I may keep this thing on my head. I'd end up needing it. Ooh, Popeye's chicken sandwich. That's good. You gotta get the spicy one, Mark. Hmm. Well, they got that plain one, but I've never tried it. But that spicy one's good. Oh man, y'all are picking on Mark now. I can't picture him as a biker either, though. That's not even. There we go. Get that turned a little bit. Those rods are showing up pretty good tonight, even without a light on them, other than the one right below them. I don't know if we can make them. There we go. Hey, Mike Turner. We've got one so far, about 3 pounds. We've had a couple that had 2 or 3 bites that just didn't want to hook up. Just lost one about 3 minutes ago. He bit on this blue cat rod right here in front, and he didn't feel like a very big fish, but went down there earlier. There's a big old water snake curled up right there in the rocks, right next to the shore. He was not happy with me down there. this coming weekend, if the river will cooperate, because it's been up and down, and I don't want to go, really don't want to go anchor up on the river at night uh, when there's logs and stuff floating down. It's hard to see. But if the river calmed down a little bit, I want to go down to the Ohio and somewhere down around, maybe around Metropolis or something, and anchor up with some live bait and try to see if we can come up. I heard a bell. See if I can come up with a flathead. I'll look away so the bell will ring. Oh, that middle rod just got nabbed a little bit. See what we got here. Let's see what we got down there. And they're biting, but they're biting slow tonight. Hmm. Hmm. One of those looks like he just went slack. There we go. Let's see. See, we got 21 people in here watching now. We were at like 12 a minute ago. So. Mark, you going to be live at all this week on the Fox River? Not 100% sure yet. Ooh. I keep waiting for you to come up with a big old flat up there at some point on live. A few small ones during the day live. And I spent most of the day today working on the car. It was way overdue for an oil change, so, and the guy I normally have do them, he couldn't get it in over the weekend, so I went ahead and put it up on the jack stands and did the oil change on it. 24 bluegills in 30 minutes. That's not bad. In and out of the heat in no time. Go live, we'll catch a bait on Thursday before Labor Day weekend. I've been wanting to take the little John boat out and go down a little grassy, just tool around those grass beds out there and try to catch some bluegills. Last time I was down there, they were biting pretty good. Oh, shoot. Starting to get tired. That's 11 o'clock, that's why. We'll give it just a little bit longer since they're biting somewhat, if you want to call it that. And then we'll call it. What we got. I get me a few bluegill, put them in my bait tank that I just built. Did hook into a monster bullhead, but it broke off right at the bank. That's a phenomenal bullhead there, Mark. I don't recall what the state record is, but that's getting up there pretty close to it. Do 1 versus 1 for that. That'd be kind of neat. I'm not sure. It was huge and ugly. I'm going back for him. Catfish, copy. Whew. And if I ever had to specifically go out and target bullheads, I'd be in bad shape. We get one every once in a while, and they're loaded up full of here. Seem like we caught more as kids than anything else. I'd like to get a few small ones, put them in that bait tank, and have them. Mark, there was a guy, Christina and I back in June we went to Crab Orchard one night, just doing some bank fishing, and there was a guy sitting there pulling bullheads out just one after another, and he gave me one of them alive. I hooked it up, tried to use this bait. It's about probably 6 inches long or so, but it swam around. We couldn't make nothing happen that night. You can fish and only catch bullheads. Caught one almost 18 inches. That's a good fish. We used to catch those all the time when we were camping out there at Crab Orchard, and we'd bait with night crawlers or whatever, just ball up night crawlers on a hook. Chasing flatheads all weekend, Labor Day weekend. That's coming up. I think the 4th is when September 4th is when that Poor Boys Catfish Trail tournament is down in Paducah. We're going to try to fish that. I've got to figure out beforehand. I've got to figure out a live well solution for my boat. The bayliner is what I like to tournament fish in, and if I can get it up and running between now and then, would be good. But I just got the lower unit just got the lower unit put back on it a couple days ago, and I've been trying to chase down a gremlin. I don't know where he does. He's down away from me. But it's been a fun one. You get out there, motor runs good, idles good, runs at mid RPMs good, but if you go wide open throttle, you'll run there for a while, and it bogged down. Serena may have caught a state record short-nosed gar last week. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Cody Robinson, how's it going? Cut it up for bait without weighing it. Thomas, have you caught anything off a gar? I've always been tempted to try it. I've never cut one up for bait. It's time to use live shad. They're showing up in the dams here. It took me a while. I only got like 3 or 4 shad tonight. Huh. I'll have to give that a shot. I caught one the other day while I was fishing for moon eye. And a 10-gallon gut water cooler. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a real good idea. Now I've got and I measured it today. I know it'll fit in the boat between the seats. I've got a little plastic toolbox, not the kind that sit between the bed rails, but just one that's sitting in the bed of the truck. And I've got one of those that a while back I turned into a bait well, and it's got a recirculating pump, and it pumps out to a house filter. Goes off through there, filters that water and goes back. And you can take river water. You give it about a half hour, and it'll clear that river water right up. So I'd imagine with it being hot, if I take and put me an air pump in it, probably wouldn't hurt anything to have some air going into the water, and we should be in pretty good shape. But I'm gonna give each one of these reels about 3 turns, I guess, and move them in a little bit. They're out there. I thought that was a flat, but dragging them in like that, you could feel You feel rocks down there on the bottom, so I guess these rocks go out further than what I thought. Can't be too rocky though, or else it'd be getting caught up in there. Let's see, we'll give it about another 15 minutes or so and see what we come up with. If we ain't got nothing by then, well, actually, either way, we'll probably call it at that point. We gotta be up early in the morning, and we're gonna be behind the wheel for almost 13 hours tomorrow. So it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. Oh, shoot. Thomas, I'm headed to Ashland, Kentucky. We are going out that way to pick up a new used truck and drive it home. They're supposed to. It's the first time in my life I've ever made the entire deal over the telephone. Normally I'll go drive and take a look at it, and I like to do the 13 hours round trip. Yes, it's about 6.5 from here to Ashland, and then we're taking the little one with us. My daughter's got school. We're not pulling her out of school for that, so my mom's going to watch her and make sure she gets home from school all right, and then we'll take the little guy and go for a drive and go get us a truck. Well, thank you, Mark. Found me another Toyota Tundra. That was the hard part, when you go truck shopping and you literally narrow it down to one model of truck. Makes it kind of hard to find a vehicle. But I had good luck out of the one I had. I liked it. It had plenty of power. I've never in my life had something tow like that. Yeah, Cody, what? I had a co-worker of mine, when I first looked at a Tundra, he told me he had one. I asked him what he thought of it. He said once you drive one, Thomas gonna get on to me. Yep, I'm gonna drive that far for a Toyota. I actually almost drove further. I was looking at one down in South Carolina, right there, kind of about the border of North and South Carolina. I was gonna try to see if I could get old Patriot James to go take a look at it for me. Pay a pretty penny for him, but man, that ain't no kidding. That ain't no kidding there, Cody. That one of mine before I had a wreck, it was, oh really, Thomas? I had a buddy that he used to work for Eisen Light Metals, so he told me that the bumper that I messed up when I had my wreck with my other Tundra, he said he probably made that bumper. But truck's hard to find right now, and when you find them, they want a pretty penny. There's a truck shortage. Now they're made in San Antonio. That's funny. I've always kind of been a Chevrolet guy, and I had a full-size Silverado before I got my Tundra, and it was built in Mexico. And then my Tundra was built in, the Tundra that I had, my white one, it was built in Indiana. So, who knows? Something big jumped out there. Yeah, that moon's getting way overhead, and I think it's shutting them down. Oh, Cody, it's an 11. That's second gen. But the one I had was man, I still have that one. The one I had was an 09, and it was a good running truck. Had almost 300,000 on it. Didn't use a drop of oil, and had all the power in the world. But my goal is to get that back on the total plant that worked for build the. Hey, Greg. The total plant that worked for build the Sienna, the Highlander, and the Sequoia. My mom and dad just bought a Sienna. They bought a 06 Sienna. Got a good deal on it at the local Toyota place. Hey, you know, Cody, like I said, I had a coworker that told me once you buy one, you'll never buy anything else, and that ain't no kidding. That 5.7 that they put in those is just flat out mean. It'll pass everything on the highway except a gas station. I think we gassed up 5 times when we went to Lake Mendota, and 5 times coming home. It was expensive. But it would pull the house down. I keep trying to fight off the urge to bring a fishing pole with me tomorrow. The place we're going is right there on the Ohio River, and I've got my Kentucky fishing license, so it wouldn't be anything to well, Mark, because we're already got 13 hours of drive time. I'd probably get in trouble. I decide to take an hour or two and fish, but a Dodge truck, Chevy truck, Ford Focus. They sound like me now, Thomas. We've got the Tundra. Well, actually, we'll have 2 Tundras. Hey, Mark, it looked like I'm gonna have to, somebody screenshot that for me. It looked like Christina just agreed that we go fishing tomorrow, because Mark says we need a break, and she said yep. So somebody screenshot that. That's my clearance to bring a fishing pole tomorrow. Pack a picnic, some chairs. Just hang out right there on the river and go live. I don't know what the river's doing up that end. It'd be worth a shot. Yep, you'll be in trouble. Oh, come here. You stinking thing. There we go. Get in there. Fish Dublin rods over, and then I don't know. Maybe the gar are up here messing around tonight. I didn't think about that, but to get bites like that, get good takedowns, and then you get about 2 or 3 turns on them, and they just like they're letting go. I wonder if I've got gar in here messing with me. Let's see, let me find my headlamp. I went all the way down to the shore without that a second ago. I've got that far rod is just it's back hooked up. I took the bait off of it and it's done now. So. Well, I didn't consider gar because there's not a whole heck of a lot of them in this lake. This lake's usually pretty good for channel cats, and they'll run the gar out. But we do know that they're here. We've seen them swimming around before. I mean, it's a dammed up, you know, piece of the big muddy river, so we know they're here. You know, guys, we've been at it 2 hours 15 minutes. What time is it here? 11:22. And wherever we're at, we've been getting bites, but nothing's hooking up. So other than that one catfish that swallowed everything. So we're gonna be up early in the morning. I think I'm gonna call this one for the night. Appreciate everybody watching, and we'll catch everybody tomorrow in the chat there on Catfish Weekly. And make sure right after you turn into Mark's channel, Catfish and Crappie. He's going to be having a draft party for the 1 versus 1 tournament that he's hosting. So make sure you get over there and check that out and watch that. Find out who's going to be in these one-on-one tournaments. I'm looking forward to these. These things are going to be, this is going to be a cool tournament series. I think Mark has really come up with something that's it's going to be a hit there. So that does not surprise me out of Mark at all. So, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Wish we could have put more than one fish on the video, but it wasn't for lack of trying on this part, because man, we got some bites, but sometimes they just don't hook up. So good night, everybody. Be safe tomorrow, and we'll catch you in chat tomorrow night.